State basketball championships recently concluded in Hershey. 12 schools get to hang banners in their gyms as boys or girls state titleists. But are those competitions unfair to traditional public schools, and should the process change? Dennis Owens is here with the story. Good afternoon, Dennis.
Good afternoon to you, Mallory. This is not a new topic, but there is a new bill calling for what are commonly referred to as private schools and public schools to have separate championships. Senator Marty Flynn calls it a question of fairness. For instance, Trinity High School beat West Catholic for the AAA boys title. Of the 12 boys teams that played for state championships this year, 8 of them were private or Catholic schools, 8 of 12. On the girls' side, it was 5 of 12. Flynn says public schools that can only draw from their traditional boundaries are at a disadvantage. His bill would give the PIAA, high school sports governing body, the power to classify schools as boundary or non-boundary and give them separate titles.
You know, it's just, I just think it's not fair anymore when, you're bringing elite athletes into an academy or a school for the sole purpose of competing, in that sport.
Now, his bill would give the PIAA the power to separate championships between schools that have boundaries and schools that don't. But would the PIAA actually do that? That is a good question. Mallory, we are talking to the PIAA later this afternoon, so we will certainly ask them about that. It's I kind of see both sides of it, or I should say the one side. Public schools sometimes have a once-in-a-generation talent pool that leads up to getting to a championship game. And then you see they get beat by a team that does have some recruits on it, private schools that have recruits, and I can see where that frustration comes from. Having said that, this is not a new topic. It's happened before, or at least it's been proposed before. It never seems to get across the goal line, to use a sports analogy.
I see, Dennis. Clever there. Do you think that private schools are pushing back against this at all?
Well, the private schools, the PIAA says we'll do whatever the law says. So if legislators tell them to do it, they'll do it. I don't know that they're enthusiastic about it. Private schools say we don't always win. That would be one of their arguments. I'm working on that too. So I'm going to talk to Coach Larry Koselak, who's the longtime coach at Trinity High School, who just won a state championship. Not his first state championship, but he's been toiling for a long time. He's seen this story unfold before too. We'll get his thoughts on that as well.
All right, Dennis, we'll look for your full report later tonight. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27, and we're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home, and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the homepage, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps, and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.